What's up, guys? On my way to the Emirates, it's a grey, gloomy, nasty, wet, rainy day. Perfect for football, I would say. But team sheets out, and guess what Emery has done? All these rumours about Xhaka's coming back into the squad, and I said that would be a complete and utter disaster. It's not true. Xhaka is nowhere to be seen on the bench, and he's not in the team, and Torreira falls in line in his normal place in the midfield, holding with Guendouzi. It's Ozil sitting behind the two strikers up front, Lacazette and Aubameyang. I'm really looking for them to shine today. It's just not been good as far as scoring goals are concerned in the Premiership, and we really need a stud showing. I know I've gone for a 1-0 victory today, but we need to have a very convincing display to kickstart this horrible form that we've found ourselves in. But as Obi-Wan Kenobi would say, these are the wing-backs you're looking for. These are the wing-backs you're looking for. Arsenal are finally starting with Bellerin and Tierney for the first time in the Premiership, and this will go a long way, I think, into supplying the support that the strikers really need, and Ozil. We haven't really had that this season, and it would be a really good showing today if on the flanks, and again, I'm not really sure how we're going to set up, the strikers are going to be supplied on the flanks by Bellerin and Tierney, and I cannot wait for that to happen. I just can't wait to see it, because it's something that we've been starved of this season. I know in Emery's defence we've been saying, wait till these players come back, wait till these players come back. Well, they're back in the sense, and they really haven't done anything, but this is the first time that they've started. Pepe is on the bench, so I expect to see him at some point after 60 minutes. But that's the team sheet, guys. Quite a decent team sheet, and again, these are one of the things that I've been very critical of Unai Emery previously, and I just hope that today he's done his bit as far as putting the players into the position to excel. Now it's really down to the formation and how we set them up. We will wait to see. So let's have a talk about this at half-time and see where that takes us. Speak to you guys at half-time. All right, guys, biggest concern here is Arsenal 1, Southampton 1, and we look all over the place. It doesn't look good from a shape perspective. We are all over the place. Every time Southampton break, they look like they're going to score, and that's just not been sorted out. To be honest with you, it hasn't been sorted out for a long time, so we expect it. It's just that when we attack them, it's not the same. They're all in line, they're all straight, they're all covering their gaps, and it's hard for us to break them down. I did say Lacazette needed a big game today, and he definitely has shown improved. The goal is his 23rd out of 30 at home. So I believe it's his 11th out of his last 12 goals have been scored inside the Emirates Stadium. So we're just not dominating the game, and the same problems are applying to what's been plaguing this team in the past. Southampton coming to the Emirates and having 10 shots against our 3. It just isn't working. Whatever is going on there, it's just not working. Our shape's terrible. We're not moving the ball quickly enough. So even when Ozil and Aubameyang and Lacazette are moving into space, they've been clouded by Southampton defenders because they just haven't received the ball when they want to. And it's hurting the team, it's hurting the midfield, it's killing the balance, and any little positives that we can get out of our display are just being nullified by our inability to just play the ball quickly enough. It's too slow, it's not working in the mix of things, and guys, seriously, these are the reasons why fans want to see change. Because these problems are not being fixed. So guys, it's 1-1. Some good displays from Guendouzi. Torreira is killing Cedric on the left-hand side. He's absolutely murdering him. And Torreira has had a fine display. He's broke up 4 tackles, won 4 duels in the first half. And this is something we weren't seeing from Granit Xhaka. I mean, Torreira has done more in this first half than we've seen Xhaka do all month. And so that goes to show you why he's not even on the bench. So well done, Torreira, and I hope this display going forward solidifies his place in the team. We'd rather see Torreira in this position week in, week out than see Xhaka just not pulling his weight. So I've got a little One of my mates said, want to say something? What do you want to say about the first half?
It's still fucking shit. What can I tell you? Get Emery out, he's a wanker.
Alright, cheers mate. Alright guys, come back to you at the end of the game and then we'll pick it up from there. Right guys, so it looks like Arsenal draw 2-2, so big shout out to Cool K on the YouTube channel. He's the one that put down a 2-2 draw and in the comment section below, so big shout out to you Cool K. And for me, this is just another reason why Emery should leave, because he's just getting it so wrong from the start. To have a free at the back at home is very negative. And also, your star player, which you paid 72 million for, still on the bench for the third game in a row. Just all these decisions are coming back to bite the manager on the hand. You play your hot hand, you play a formation and a system that works for your team. We're not having any of that. We're not having, to be honest with you, I thought the 11 was probably the best, especially when we came out in the second half. Pepe had a chance where he could have actually taken his chance to score himself, or square it to Aubameyang, which he tried to do, and a defender just made a good play on it. Seconds after that, Pepe side foots it, ball hits the ground and up against the bar, and just really unlucky. But as I said, he did make an impact, as well as the team moving from to four at the back. But this is how we should have started the game. How can you play a free at the back at home against a team that got beaten 9-0 a few weeks ago? It's just disgraceful. And you're 2-1 down. It doesn't matter that they equalised and Lacazette scored 2 goals. And big shout out to Lacazette, because I said he needed a big game today. But against a team that lost 9-0 a month ago, you're scraping at home to get a result against this lot. Look, I'm not going to go too much into the details, because I talked about Guendouzi, the impact Herrera had at half-time in terms of his duels. But overall, this just comes down to the manager. It just comes down to the fact that you've come out with such a negative team sheet, and it wasn't so much the team sheet, it was leaving again Pepe off the bench. If he's that tired from international duty, play him for an hour and then take him off. Don't sit him on the bench. Look at the impact he made when he came on. But going 3 at the back at home against a team that lost 9-0 a month ago is disgraceful. It's just completely negative, and there is just no, if the players are not inspired, the fans aren't inspired, how is this team supposed to make steps going forward? As far as I'm concerned, the manager's got to leave. That's it. I'm done. I mean, I talked about the fact that we've got Brighton and Norwich, but if you're playing like this at home against, it's done. It's done. I don't know where you go from here. I don't think you can go anywhere from here, because I just don't think this team has a soul. I don't think it's got anything, and I think the manager cannot get the best out of this team. I think he's I think this is Unai Emery. This is as much as he can do, and you have to move on. Pull the trigger, guys. You've got to pull the trigger. Speak to you guys later, man. Peace out.